gentlemen, whatever type of item you believe is a must-have for you in order to look and feel your best, I believe you can either find at a higher end, more expensive price tag or a slightly more affordable price tag. But in this video, I will show you 5 items that I believe are worth the slightly more expensive price tag. Let's not waste any more time and let's begin. The first item that I believe is worth the slightly higher end price tag is a good looking, high quality watch. The one watch that I will reference in my experience is going to be this one that I'm wearing here, and that is the Seiko Presage SRP853J1. I've been looking for this watch for a while and I've decided to pull the trigger on it, which was well over $400, which is way more than I typically would like to pay for a watch because I'm not overly wealthy at the moment. I love wearing this watch every single day, not only because of the build quality and how it feels on my wrist, but also how it looks. And the only times I feel a watch of higher end quality and of a higher end price tag is worth it is if you love looking at it, if it feels good on your wrist, and if it's durable, but especially if you love wearing it. There's no point of purchasing a very expensive watch if you're not in love with it and you don't really like wearing it. You should only purchase high-end watches that you really love, that you really fell in love with the first time you saw them, and if you actually like wearing them, you could see yourself wearing it every single day for a special occasion, at the office, or whenever you want to wear it. So if there's a watch out there that you really love, you can try it on your wrist, and it's a must-have for you, then don't hesitate on purchasing it, especially if you can afford it, because in my opinion, a high-end, more expensive watch is truly worth every penny, as this watch has been for me, since I love wearing it every single day and it puts a smile on my face every time that I do. The second item that I believe is worth every penny in terms of the slightly more expensive price tag is going to be a high-quality suit. Typically, if you spend a good amount of money on a suit, you can get yourself a bespoke suit, which means that it's measured just for you and your measurements, and therefore it will look better on you and fit you like a glove. Also, typically, the more you spend on a suit, the higher probability that it's going to be that the suit is made of higher end fabrics and therefore feel and look better on you as well. And in my opinion, a suit that fits and looks the part is a must-have in every man's wardrobe, because a suit is timeless, it's versatile, and not many people wear suits anymore. So if you really want to stand out and you want to make a statement with the clothing that you're wearing, you really can't go wrong with the suit. Also, a man just needs a suit, especially for formal occasions, for weddings, possibly for some job interviews or for job positions in general in some companies. And I'm a huge advocate for wearing suits more often, and also you can dress suits up or down. If you want to be slightly more smart casual but you still want to look the part, you can wear a suit with a t-shirt like I have suggested many times on the channel, or you could just go classical with a shirt and tie to be slightly more dressed up and dapper. So a suit that is made just for you and that you possibly have spent a little bit more money on than you possibly have before, in my opinion, is worth every single penny and the slightly more expensive price tag. The third type of item that I believe is worth a slightly more expensive price tag are essential leather goods. A card holder, a wallet, a backpack, a shoulder bag, a briefcase, a leather jacket, any type of essential leather goods item that you might find either stylish or essential for you, your work, or your day-to-day life, I believe is worth the slightly more expensive price tag, not only because it will look more stylish in my opinion, but it will feel better whenever you're touching it, and the possibility of them being more durable and have better longevity is far greater than your typical cheaper faux leather. This card holder that I have here from Louis Vuitton, I've made a review of a few years ago, and since buying it, I'm still very happy for owning it because it feels very nice and high quality, even though it's not 100% real expensive leather, but it's durable, it's timeless, it gathered me comments and compliments, and I can see myself owning this wallet for a very long time because it feels durable, it has a timeless, fashionable design, and I feel the same way with every type of higher end leather goods item. If it's more expensive and you can find a good deal on them and you can just feel the quality of the leather being more high-end, I think that it's going to be worth the price that you're going to pay for it, because it's going to last you longer and most likely look better as well. The fourth type of item that I believe is worth the slightly higher end price tag is going to be a fragrance that you really love and enjoy wearing. These two fragrances, for example, are in my opinion expensive but most definitely worth it. You can smell the high quality here, you can smell the time, passion and dedication that has been taken into consideration when making these fragrances for the brands. They last long, they project well, they gather compliments, and I overall love wearing them. They put a smile on my face, they make me smell amazing, they gather me compliments, and I just love wearing them for myself as well because I love their scent profile. So slightly higher end fragrances that might smell amazing and of higher end, I believe are worth every single penny in my opinion. The fifth and last item that I believe is worth the high end price tag is a good and possibly expensive working station, and that might be a computer or a laptop. In my case, it's this MacBook Pro, which is still at this point the most expensive thing I've ever bought with my own money, and without it I don't know where I would have been both in my life and in my career as an entrepreneur and content creator. In school I was always the guy who had the cheapest and worst laptop because my mother and I didn't really have a lot of money and couldn't afford better computers back then. So my laptops would always be slow, not really be able to do all the tests that I needed to do, and in the end crashed a lot, and it was necessary for us to replace it every other year because it was so bad, cheap and horrible. So I am a huge advocate of investing into a high quality working station computer or laptop, because you will feel the difference of a cheap and expensive computer. If it is for your school, your work, your hobbies, or if you're an entrepreneur, you will need a computer that can withstand the test that you want it to, and you don't want to replace it every other year as I did in my school year. So you want a computer that can last the test of time and can do the necessary tasks for you, and you will get that if you spend a little bit more money on a good quality computer like I have done, and I have never regretted my decision of doing so. Gentlemen, these were 5 expensive items that I believe are worth every single penny. What do you think? Do you have some other suggestions of expensive items that you think are worth every single penny? Do you disagree with my choices? And do you have some product recommendations for me to try out or for others to check out? Then leave your comments down below in the comment section. I would love to see your thoughts and opinions down there. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the Men's Improvement YouTube channel for more videos about fragrances, grooming, style, fashion, skincare, fitness, watches, everything that will make you, gentlemen, the best possible versions of yourselves. The last few things I want to ask you, gentlemen, is to smile more because it's free, and I want you to watch these 2 videos right here. This one here below is going to be my latest upload, whereas this one up here is going to be a video that the YouTube algorithm thinks you will enjoy.